So in her memoir, Becoming, Michelle Obama tells her life story, but it's really so much more than that. She's sharing this powerful idea that your identity isn't some fixed destination you arrive at. Nope, it's a constant, evolving journey of growth. And in this explainer, we're going to unpack that journey.
This one quote, this really captures the entire spirit of the book. It's a direct challenge to the idea that we ever arrive at some final, perfect version of ourselves. Instead, what she's telling us is that life is all about the process, the constant evolution. And you know what? That's where the real meaning is.
All right, so here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll dig into that core philosophy of becoming. Then we'll look at her path from Chicago, the insane pressure of public life, and finally, we'll land on the big lesson she thinks applies to every single one of us. Okay, so what does she actually mean by becoming? Let's really get into the core idea that gives this book so much of its power. See, becoming isn't about reaching some finish line, right? It's not about being done. The book's whole point is that the real value, the real meaning is found in the journey itself. All the little shifts, the big changes, and the constant learning that shapes who we are day in and day out.
Now, this philosophy didn't just come out of nowhere. It was really forged in fire, you could say, during her early years growing up on the south side of Chicago.
Everything started with her family. She talks about her dad's incredible determination, going to work every single day despite his MS, and her mom's solid, unwavering belief in her kids. That's what built this core of resilience in her, this deep sense of self-worth that would be just absolutely crucial later on.
And this slide just perfectly captures a central theme of her story. On one side, you've got all that external doubt, the whispers, the questions, the criticism from the world. But on the other, you have her internal will. What she learned was that her own belief in herself was way, way more powerful than anyone else's judgment.
So her journey takes this huge, dramatic turn with two major events: her partnership with a young law associate named Barack Obama, and the moment she was suddenly thrust onto the world stage.
She's incredibly open and honest about their relationship. It wasn't some perfect fairy tale. It was a real partnership. And as it says here, built on respect and dialogue. They were two super ambitious people who had to consciously put in the work to grow together, not just as individuals, but as a team.
And then, the White House. For 8 years. Just think about that. Everything changed. Her life, her family, her own sense of self. It was all being completely redefined under the brightest, most intense spotlight you can possibly imagine. Now, what's really fascinating here is just the sheer weight of all these conflicting roles. I mean, how do you protect your kids' privacy while being one of the most famous people on the planet? How do you stay true to your own values while serving in a role like First Lady? She describes it as a constant, high-stakes balancing act, every single day. And here's the crucial point. She completely refused to be passively defined by all those expectations. She actively carved out her own path. She used her platform to fight for things she was truly passionate about, like education and health, and in doing so, she built her own distinct legacy. So after navigating this incredible path from the south side of Chicago all the way to the White House, after facing down so much doubt and pressure, what's the ultimate lesson? What is the one thing she wants all of us to understand?
Well, the answer lies right in the book's powerful and deeply personal conclusion about this endless journey of becoming.
This is it. This is the heart of her message. Real success isn't about getting applause from other people. It's about your own internal belief, that deep, unshakable conviction in your own story and your own worth, especially when the world is trying to make you feel small. So she offers this simple but honestly pretty profound framework. Step 1, stop comparing your path to anyone else's. Just doing that frees you up for step 2, to embrace your own growth. And finally, you can build a life that is authentically, truly yours. And this might be her most powerful and unifying message of all. This journey of growth, it never ever stops. It's the shared human experience that connects a former First Lady to every single one of us. We are all works in progress. And that leaves us with this one final provocative thought. Her story isn't just about her. It's like she's holding up a mirror. It invites us all to ask ourselves that same fundamental question, and to embrace our own endless, beautiful journey of becoming.